Palestine. We understand that struggle. It resonates with us because this is a country which has known apartheid and it's a country which has known colonialism. But our support for Palestine does not come out of sympathy. It does not come out of, just as they're in a hard situation, we in South Africa are also in a hard situation. So we don't link these struggles because we're in the same situation. We link these struggles because the same people who are causing the genocide in Palestine are the same people in South Africa who are causing forced displacements, who are responsible for evictions. The same politicians now who are in the government in the Western Cape and nationally, the same politicians who are supporting dropping bombs on our brothers and sisters on Palestine are the same people who are supporting the evictions in Cape Town. But more importantly, comrades, the logic that is justifying the poverty and the pain in South Africa and in Palestine, it is the same logic, because that logic is a settler colonial logic. And the most important thing to the settler colonial logic is the idea of land. That is what the settlers want, land. So, and I think the point to make here is while the manner of stealing the land differs in South Africa and in Palestine. In Palestine, you will have the army coming with guns, you will have the army coming with their weapons and forcing people out. In South Africa, we no longer have that since this 94 moment. Instead, what we have is we have the police. Instead, we have private property laws. Instead, we have the state protecting that. So although the violence we are experiencing here, it might not be as obvious, it is the same logic. So we are not standing for Palestine because we are sharing the same conditions. We are standing with Palestine because our liberation and their liberation go hand in hand. Because the fight for housing in South Africa is the fight for a free Palestine, and that is the fight against imperialism and against capitalism globally, comrades. And the thing we need to think about now as young people on this Youth Day is there has just been an election. If we are looking at the parties in power, how they treat the people in Palestine and the people of South Africa. On the one hand, we've got the Democratic Alliance. They say one man's genocide is another man's freedom fight. This is the same party who has been waging a war on poor and working class people in the city. On the other hand, we have the ANC. And the ANC, comrades, they have silver tongues. They have made themselves to be this progressive organization, that they're for the people, that they're for Palestine. But we know from our lived experience that this does not check out on the ground. So the important thing for us now as young people is we need to look at the generation prior to us, the youth of 76. Because what the youth of 1976 understood was that liberation was not coming from voting. No politician was going to come from voting. And just as the struggle to vote was an imperative struggle, that was not the end goal of the apartheid movement, anti-apartheid movement, which lives on with us now. So like the youth of 1976, comrades, it's our prerogative to be organized together, because no politicians are going to save us. We are only going to liberate this country if, with unity, we go strong and we go forward and we're organized and we do not wait for anything, we take. And I will leave with this, comrades, that when asked to describe settler colonialism, Ghassan Kanafani, the Palestinian poet, he said, "They steal your bread and give you a crumb. Then they demand that you thank them for their generosity." Oh, the audacity. So comrades, let us in this room now, we are not going to be thankful. This generation of young people, we are not going to be thankful. We are not going to wait for politicians. Now is our time to come together, to be united, and to be organized. We're not waiting for 2029. We're starting now. And what we could learn from the youth of 76 is we will never be given permission. We must never be thankful. We must be together. We must be strong, and we must fight power in its fullest form. And in doing that, we must link these struggles. Because only when Palestine is free, that will be when the lived legacy of apartheid is dismantled in South Africa. Because the fight for Palestine, the fight for South Africa, is the fight against imperialism. And comrades, this is a difficult fight, but it is a fight that we as young people, if we are together, know we can win. Amandla! Amandla!
God.